Palestinians, as the dust is settling, will see this as a massive disaster. Look at the state of Gaza. It has been completely obliterated. People, 90% of the buildings, 90% of the homes, according to the United Nations, have been destroyed. And we are watching those pictures of Palestinians going back to their homes, or what's left of their homes. It's just kind of shades of grey, the concrete buildings there just destroyed in Gaza. And then, of course, there is the loss of life, nearly 70,000 people. That's according to the official figures from the Gaza-run health ministries. Some academics say the actual figures may be much higher. And then there's the injured, hundreds of thousands of people injured, desperately in need of medical treatment. So I think after the hostages are released, the deal is signed in Sharm el-Sheikh, all of the diplomats involved, Donald Trump has patted himself on the back. There'll be some kind of pretty dark moments. Nobody really knows whether this will be just a pause in the fighting or a long ceasefire where the conflict continues to be managed as it has been for decades, with breakouts of bloodshed, or whether or not we're heading to a more comprehensive peace. I think the lack of detail, the vagueness within the Trump peace plan, that's quite deliberately by the people who've drafted. It allows the negotiators to remain nimble, light on their feet, to kind of box and cox, move around and change things, and it gives them a bit of flexibility. But it's also, in some senses, a drawback as well. Nothing is actually pinned down. Now, the best way to look at that 20-point peace plan is kind of divide it into two parts. The first is about getting a ceasefire, getting that across the line, getting the hostages back, stopping the fighting, and getting huge amounts of aid into Gaza. The second bit is much, much more difficult and has bedeviled diplomats for decades, trying to end the world's most intractable conflict. That will be extraordinarily difficult. And there will be, on both sides, individuals and actors who will want to spoil that party. They won't want it to happen for various reasons, because they have vested interests in it not happening. But I think, certainly there appears to be momentum. We will watch very closely what unfolds in Sharm el-Sheikh. Donald Trump is due to arrive there after he's arrived in Israel, met hostages' families, addressed the Knesset. But I think there is certainly momentum to try and drive this further than being just a ceasefire, and try and come up with a more comprehensive peace settlement.